I'm preparing this video to answer a question about how to show how to bend the torso. So I want to start first with a review of the basic essential proportion of the body. That will help you. Actually, this is indispensable to then move on to, let me enlarge it, there you go, to better understand how we can move this segment, right? So I'm going to show the axial skeleton, the head, the rib cage, and also the hips, although the hips are not necessarily completely the axial skeleton, only part of it. And so now remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be the measurement. 4 heads is the measurement of head, rib cage, and pelvis, right? So once I understand this, right, I can now imagine how these basic volumes would move, which much more ease. I mean, I am not now worried about the organic form, just the big segment, big parts of the body. So I'm going to take, let's say, start with the rib cage because it's a big form, and also it's the part that will be bending. So we need to start with that, right? I block in the volume of the rib cage, right? This is the angle. And then I can block in now the volume of the pelvis, right? And then, of course, the head. When I block in the head, I want to cut off the tip of the volume of the rib cage because like I would cut off the top of a soft-boiled egg here, and then here I put the neck and I connect the head with the rib cage, right? Facial volume and cranial volume, right? So now I want to also include the leg. Let's include also the legs, right? So iliac spine at the upper quarter of the height of the pelvis, pubic bone at the lower quarter at the height of the pelvis. The beginning of the leg is going to be more or less halfway, depending on the pose, depending on many variables, but with good approximation, it's going to be halfway between the iliac spine and the pubic bone here. So that's the thigh. The length of the thigh is about 2 heads, right? The length of the femur is about 2 heads, but we can start with just an approximate measurement because thighs, the length of the thighs can vary greatly, right? Depending on many variables, right? So now I have this bending figure. So bending it sideways is fairly easy, right? But I want to show you how to use this side view diagram to then extrapolate how the figure will be bending as seen from the front. So I project this measurement right here, and then I can say now, let me see if it's right measurement here. That's gonna be here. All right. So here I have the head, right? Blocking the volume of the head. That is a volume, and the head, of course, is not going to be seen just from square on top, right? It's going to be slightly, actually quite angled, right, at an angle. So if I want to find now more landmarks, for example, here, the passage from the frontal eminence and the top plane here, right, shows me that this is going to be the face, the facial mask, right? This is the facial mask. And that's the cranial volume, right? So the nose, let's assume the nose is now here, right? The base of the nose is the upper third, sorry, the lower third of the length of the face. So I can position it here. I see it's kind of in line with the chin. So the nose is going to be here, right? Eyes and mouth, etc., right? So I keep it sketchy, right? I don't want to get too much in detail because we need to kind of figure out the method. So here now I have, actually let me rip off this page because here I have now